Hi, Kenza. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled Four Agreements, Wisdom of the Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. All right, so we have Virgo, and Virgo is actually your third house of communication, short distance journeys, and siblings. All right, we have 11, and 11th house for you guys is actually Taurus, and 11th house in general represents friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. We just had a full moon eclipse in Taurus recently. And we have Uranus there as well in the North Node. And we have the moon. So at the time of recording this, we haven't had that new moon in Sagittarius yet. And then in December, there's going to be a full moon in Gemini, which is your 12th house. And then a new moon in Capricorn, which is your opposite sign. So definitely be on the lookout for the lunar cycles this month. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. The main situation position, we have the Devil, which is actually Capricorn energy. And challenging that, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So seeing these two cards here, I feel like this is saying that you might actually get some kind of an offer for a new opportunity, but it might be a challenge because you might feel like you're obligated elsewhere, right? So maybe you get, let's say, since we see a pentacle there and Capricorn's often related to career stuff, let's say you get a job offer, right? And it might be a good offer on the one hand, but you might feel like you still have some obligation to the place where you're currently at, right? So you could be torn as to whether or not you would accept the offer or not. And of course, this could also come across as a relationship thing too, given that for you guys, Capricorn, Capricorn energy represents your opposite sign. But either way, it looks like that's the push-pull dynamic going on right now. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Nine of Swords. So Gemini energy here, which for you guys is your 12th house. So I feel like this is saying that this is really causing you a lot of anxiety, right? Maybe you're losing a little bit of sleep over it because, like I said, it's not so much that the offer might not be appealing to you, it's just more of being torn between the new versus the old, right? So that could be the energy you guys are experiencing. And not to mention you guys have Mars in your 12th house too, which could cause a lot of turmoil, inner turmoil, and then there's going to be a full moon in Gemini, like we mentioned in December as well. All right, past energy, we have the Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy, and the Eight of Swords, Gemini energy. So this could just be saying that in the past there might have been some deception within this environment that you're showing loyalty to as well, but maybe for whatever reason you got turned a blind eye to it, you know. So that could be what's making it difficult too, right? Where you might have known, like, okay, maybe in the past the level of loyalty that I'm showing right now wasn't necessarily shown to me in the same way, right? So that could be part of what's making it stressful for you. All right, present position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So Virgo energy here, and we did see that come up in your dice as well. But I feel like what this is saying is more than anything, you're probably doing a little comparison, right? Because if we look at that, she has her one hand leaning on the Six Pentacles, and then on the other side, we see the Three Pentacles with the bird. So it could be comparing, okay, well, maybe I'd be better off in this collaboration that I'm in now, right? Whether, like I said, it's a business partnership or relationship. But if I take this new offer, it might not be, I might take a bit of a step back initially, but I have more freedom, right? So that could be the pros and cons that you guys might be weighing around the situation. All right, in the near future position, we have Judgment. So I feel like this is saying that this opportunity is coming back up for a reason, So yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this might have already been an offer that you'd received previously, and for whatever reason back then, you weren't really as open to it, but now it feels like there's at least some thought in your mind about taking the offer. So, and then this could just be saying that, yeah, just timing-wise, it's time for this offer to come your way. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Page of Swords. So I feel like this is saying that eventually you will communicate around the situation, right, to let them know what your thoughts are, right, maybe what you're hesitant about, and maybe see if there's a way where it could be worked out. But it looks like there's going to be reluctance initially, but he will eventually come forward to actually speak on it a little bit more. So I don't feel like you're just going to flat out dismiss it. All right, in the environment position, we have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, this could represent that offer coming your way, right? It might seem like it's a good fit. So like I said, for some of you, it could definitely be relationships as far as romantic, but also could be business. But whatever this offer is, it seems like it's a good fit for you, and it's not, like I said, so much it's not appealing, but just you're like, oh, but I have this obligation, I'm obligated elsewhere. But yeah, this could definitely be the energy you feel with the offer coming forward. It could really have a lot of positives to it that are appealing to you. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Hermit, Virgo energy again, and the King of Cups, Scorpio energy. So, seeing these two together, I'm going to assume they're both the hopes because they'd be pretty positive, all things considered. So, I feel like this is more of you saying that you're actually hoping for a little bit of time to get away and really think through what the best choice would be, right? So, you could be hoping to buy a little bit of time, possibly not just be able to distance yourself and be able to think about it without outside thoughts interfering with your process. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Strength card. So to see this, this is a Leo energy. Now, I feel like this is saying ultimately what you will decide is going to benefit you in some way, but it could also just be saying that you're going to be careful not to make the decision based on ego, right? I feel like this is saying that you really will take a measured approach to figuring out, okay, what's the pros, what's the cons, right? And then moving forward from there. And I feel like this is saying that you're not going to let like a fleeting desire necessarily take over either, right? Because if we look at the artwork there, it looks like she's closing the lion's mouth, right? So that could represent sometimes our impulses, our ego a little bit. So to see that, to me, that says that it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I definitely want to jump at this opportunity because it's flashy and nice in a moment. I feel like there would be some substance behind it for you to actually make that decision. All right, and the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, this could be an indicator for some of you. This could have been something that came around in the past, and for whatever reason, the timing wasn't right for you to take it on then. But now, like I said, it looks like there's definitely more openness to it this time around. All right, so moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says Embrace Your Freedom. All right. So it says, you gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, if you love, you will be happy with your life. So yeah, interesting message there because that definitely makes me think of what we were talking about with the devil energy, right? Where you could feel like this sense of obligation and you feel like even if you do find something else appealing, you just for whatever reason feel anchored down to another situation. So hopefully that resonated. All right, moving on to your Wisdom of the Oracle card, we have Fork in the Road. All right, that won't focus for some reason, but there we go. And there's the artwork, and the number is 13. So we'll read what that has to say. Fork in the Road, just on the surface, definitely seems to fit what we're talking about there, right? So hopefully this adds some more insight if this is your situation. Okay, essential meanings says time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message: every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid disjunction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there as far as it says, no matter which path you choose, you have a rich and meaningful experience. So at least if there is a lot of anxiety around possibly making a wrong decision, quote unquote, I feel like this is saying that there's something to be gained either way, right? So if that resonated. The relationship message says you've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give, then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. So yeah, again, another pretty positive message there, which to me says it's taking some of the stress off of the two different options, right? But instead saying that either way you go, you're going to be able to learn something and grow from the experience. All right, the prosperity message says you've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will prove effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction, for the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well-being. So yeah, again, pretty positive message there, and they all seem to support the main spread, so hopefully those resonated. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. This is your mudra here. It's the Abhaya Hrdaya mudra, and the keyword for it is rejuvenation. Alright, there's a lot of info on the card, so what I'll do is I'll hold it up here if you want to pause it, take a screenshot to read what it has to say, and then I'll get the rest of it into the frame. But under benefits, it says nourishes the heart and lungs, improves digestion, imparts a powerful sense of vitality and calm, can help reduce nightmares and reestablish basic sanity to a troubled mind. Use of this mudra is especially helpful during times of exhaustion, healing from debilitating illness, or regaining strength after surgery. Energetically, it allows heat to descend from the head through the chest down into the belly, thus regulating the healthy function of all the internal organs. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description below as always. Hope you guys have a good holiday season. I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.